Hey, look who's back. It's old Thumpy. Yeah, Thumpy decided that she wasn't going to heat anymore. And I can't really blame her. It's a fucking shit job. But, truth be told, ain't much use to me if she's not going to put out the heat. So, we got to figure out what's going on here. And I've just taken off the front and the back. I probably didn't need to take off the back. Well, maybe I did. Who knows. And there's just two screws right there and right there that pop out and pulls off this front place. Now I'm thinking the simplest thing is going to be the easiest to check out first, and that is this thermal fuse here. This goes, then there's going to be no juice to the element, and that'll be pretty much the end of it. So we'll pull that out. There's a little screw, it looks like, right in the middle. I think we can just take that out and we'll be good. What? Okay, I could be wrong. Maybe that's not a screw at all. Oh, I see. Or do I? I wonder if it just pulls out. Okay, we're going to take a different approach at this. I think that little guy down there, just to get you oriented, if we pull that out, we'll be able to take this whole unit out. Let's give that a go. Alright, with that screw gone. Oh, it does seem looser. There may be something on the other end holding it in. Actually, there's nothing holding it in. You just have to kind of give it a good tug. So, yeah. You don't need to open the back, probably, at least at this point. And, of course, it's a fucking flathead. That's why it wasn't working. So, it looks like actually the same driver that fits everything else on this thing, so that's handy. Actually, now that I look at this thing, this is not a thermal fuse. I think this is just the power in. So this just hooks up directly to the heater element. The thermal fuse has got to be somewhere else, I guess. And this is a little disturbing. This is the wire that goes to that. It's has a bit of a rough life there. So maybe we'll tape that up a bit. Okay, so I just pulled the contacts off these other sensors. I don't know, what is this, flame sensor and high limit or something like that. I'll have to look that up. But that'll allow us to pull out the element, and we can just inspect that and see if there's anything wrong with it. Looks like it's on a rail. Pull that out. And maybe there's one on the other side, I don't know. Nope, just comes right out. Out the front hole or back hole? I'm gonna say back hole. Gotta take this one off too then. Yeah, just slide right out. Alright, there it is there. We're gonna look for cracks, breaks in the wire. Try not to break it as we do it. Nothing obvious. Okay, what we can do is test the continuity, which just means that this is just one single piece of wire. So if we get this fucking meter to work, here we go. So if you have one of these, if you have a multimeter with a continuity testing thing on it, just set it up and okay. One pokey bit in that hole and the other pokey bit here, and oh shit. It ain't nothing. We wanted to hear something like that. So to me, that means this is shot. So there's got to be something wrong with this. Okay, this multimeter is garbage. I think I'm just going to have to buy another one. It's constantly locking up or not turning on at all. Damn. Okay, so here's the problem with this thing. Maybe it's not so bad after all. These batteries pop out and there's nothing. This is the cover. There's a nice like cavity here, but I don't think it pushes them down. So we'll just throw a bit of foam in there and maybe that'll keep those batteries from popping around. Oh, well, you look at that. Okay, I'll take it back. It's not so bad after all. Alright, Okay, so what we were doing, we're testing continuity here. So, like if you go from here to here, it's fine. Let's just stick this in here. Fine, fine. Oh! Oh, wait a minute, did I get something out of there? Yeah. There's some, you know, corrosion on here, so... Good, good, good. Oh, there it is. I don't know why I didn't see that. It's pretty obvious. Okay, so the heater element is shot, which means, of course, you got to get another one. So that's what's the problem. I guess I'll order one up and we'll get this thing fixed as soon as possible. In the meantime, I'll just be wearing damp clothes. So it's a mere $18 to replace this. Not too bad. And it looks like you really don't need to open up the back at all. So that's excellent. In the event that your element is actually still good, then one thing to check would be right about there. This thing in the back is the thermal fuse. And if that goes, that'll prevent you from getting any heat as well. This one in front here is a thermistor, and it measures the outgoing air temperature. Not sure if this were to go, yeah, it could cause problems too. Actually, any of these sensors might cause the problem that you're having. So, anyway, the first thing though to check is that thermal fuse in the back there. And you can just stick your multimeter on, just like we did with the element, is just put one contact on one side and one on the other. And if you get continuity, then that fuse is fine. If not, then just replace it. It'll set you back, I don't know, $5 at most, so don't worry about it. Other things that may be a problem and cause your dryer not to heat is this. This is the high limit thermostat. So this is shot, I don't exactly know what the symptoms of that are, but it won't work the way it's supposed to. And this one is the thermal cutoff. So if either of these sensors are shot, you're going to have problems, and there'll probably be node heat problems. I noticed that you can buy like a pack of all of the sensors, the thermal fuse, the thermistor, these two, as one unit. It's maybe not a bad idea, since, you know, it'll save you some shipping time if your dryer goes down. And since we're shooting the shit here, I should mention that there looks like there should be a screw here, which is where I said you could just pull the whole unit right out. It's not certain that's true anymore, so let's investigate that a little bit. It wasn't really clear to me how this went on to this thing here, so I took it apart because I just couldn't quite figure it out. I guess that's not really surprising. Anyway, this should help getting this back together, because this is how it goes. That little hold flange there actually fits inside there, and then you kind of have to wiggle that down. So I guess I was just lucky getting it off. I don't know how I did it. You should be able to do all this from the front. We'll give it a try and see. Alright, now that I'm armed with the knowledge of how this thing works, let's see if we can make it happen from the front. I think I'm going to need two hands for this. So it's going to require tilting it up, which is actually a bit of a problem. Great, let's try that again. Twist it, tilt it in. Oh yeah, okay. So, the trick to making this happen and doing everything from the front is to twist it. In this case, it would be counterclockwise. Maybe you could do it clockwise. Let's see here. No, do it counterclockwise. Twist it counterclockwise, and at the same time, kind of push the... Oh, what am I telling you to do here? It's hard to explain. Okay, so to remove the vent, let's see here. Twist, and then tilt, and keep twisting. And eventually it'll come loose. And then to get it in, it's going to be the reverse. Tilt that in there, and then twist and push at the same time. And there you go. So this is all doable from the front. Damn handy. So the little hole in this flange here doesn't do jack shit. It's not useful at all. So this part is actually probably a generic piece, and there is a model where that actually interfaces with some other hole and you can put a screw through it. But yeah, so don't worry about it. You're not going crazy. This would be a good time to vacuum out your flammables. And you probably have some change down here too. I only got a washer. Oh yeah. Installation is the reverse of the removal. Shocking, I know. When is that not fucking the case? When is it some different way of putting it back together? I don't know. If you know an example of that, you let me know. Okay, you've got long screws and short screws. Short screws, I think, are for the metal-to-metal pieces that, well, that's not really even a good example. It's for the, I don't know. This is a short screw. How about I say that? If they're going into the frame, they're probably long screws. As you can see, it's not exactly the way the other one was. The other one slotted right in there. This one is just a little bit, there's a little bit of a fit problem. This hole doesn't quite line up, but close enough. All right, a guilty little secret here. When I take things apart, I just tend to unscrew them and I don't really notice where those pieces went together. So later I have to figure out, oh, what the hell? How does this go together again? So in this case, what happens here, that's got to be on that side. So this is where the little shorty screw threads into. So if you put it on like this, which would be tempting, it's got nothing to grip into there. So it actually goes through that little slot there, and then, except, is that not right? No, it actually goes like this, through the slot and then down, and then that grabs it and holds everything together. There we go. So we'll just slap that in as per the previous instrucciones. I got everything wired back up, and if you're concerned that maybe you'll forget where the wires go, just take a picture of it before you take it off, and then you'll always know. Forever and ever. You should have at least one screw left. Two would be better, because the front goes on with two. So, yeah. But you could probably get away with one. Alright, there you have it. Now the reason I keep hyping this, you can do it from the front business, is because if you can, then you don't actually need to pull the dryer out at all. But please, for your own safety, unplug it first, okay? Before you get in there. Ah yes, nice and warm. No more damp underwear, at least not for that reason. What the? Hope you found that useful. Thanks for watching. Cheers.